So I'm Luke van der Laan. I'm from Australia, from the University of Southern Queensland. I'm the director of our graduate research program. So all our masters and doctoral research students will come into the program, and I will coordinate all those students and their supervision. Inside that, we have quite a lot of students that I supervise, their doctoral studies, and that will be the futures part.
Nice. Why did you decide to be a futurist?
I was very frustrated. I was a CEO of a very big organization and on the board of directors of some other organizations, and there are two responsibilities that a leader has in those situations. The one is governance and compliance. The other one is direction and the future. And I became very frustrated because these were very influential organizations, and every single board meeting we could just talk about compliance. So I went and did my master's in future studies at the Institute of Futures Research at Stellenbosch University, and from there futures became a part of me, and I've become completely passionate about what we can do, about our agency and influencing our society.
So why are future studies important to humanity?
You have two choices. The first choice you have is that life and the world can happen to you, and you cannot do anything about it. The second choice is you have agency. You can do something, even if it's a small thing, to change the future. If it's your future, or your family's future, or it's your neighbor's future, your community, your organization, your society, your country, your world. Those are the two choices. And that's why it's important for people like us to serve humanity, to make sure that everybody is a futurist. We are born with it. It's now a question of how can we trigger it in everybody, and that's why I do what I do.
So which do you think is the best way to stimulate this futurist mindset?
I think my experience is that everybody is curious about the future. Everybody. There's very few people that I know. I've never experienced somebody who is healthy that's not curious about the future. The only people that I have experienced that are not curious about the future are the people that are mentally unwell. Everybody else is curious. So we need to have conversations that makes them more curious, and when they become more curious, we can share with them. The future is not the exclusive domain of the futurist, not at all. I'm very strong on that. I think it's the people around us who are the future, and we need to enable them.
Which have been your major contributions to future studies?
I think I try to make a contribution with the people I know and collaboration, but the one contribution that I've made is probably the biggest data set of executives in future studies, my research. So I have interviewed 152 senior executives in the Asia Pacific region, and I have surveyed 1,290 something. So I have the biggest data set, and I've processed that data in profiling what our future leaders look like. So I actually can see what we are dealing with. I've written this in a book where I show my concern about the leaders of today. And my biggest concern is I believe we are in an existential threat. Why do we exist? Not because the world is so bad. Not because of climate change. Honestly, Because the leaders of today, 95%, are just not engaged with the future. That's my concern about our existence. And I've written that in a book, and I would love you to see that book and use it and translate it and do whatever you can to influence that leadership.
Nice. Last question.
Okay.
Which do you believe is the importance of this kind of events like this conference?
I have been very isolated as a futures researcher. It's a lonely, sometimes very bitter job. This kind of event does two things. Number one, it joins the hearts of the people who do this work. And that is so important. I would like to think that you are a friend for life. But secondly, it is also an opportunity to share new knowledge, new insights, new ways that we can all speak the same language. That when we go back in and do our work, that we can influence people with one voice. And your event was spectacular. It achieved both of those things beyond expectations. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you.